शांति श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम आलयम करुणालयम नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरम लोकशंकरम शंकरम शंकराचार्य केशवम बादरायणम सूत्र भाष्यकृतौ वंदे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. In Atma never has any qualities. Supposing you say Atma has qualities, then it will be Sansarga. Sansarga means there will be two things. One will be Chetana and the other will be Achetana. Guna will be Chetanam and Guni will be Achetana. Or Guni will be Chetanam and the Guna will be Achetana. It doesn't matter whatever it is. But there is no, Atma is not Chit Gunakam. Chit Gunakam nahi. It is Chit Swarupam. Atma is not Chit Swarupam. Atma is not Chit Gunakam. It is Chit Swarupam. Chit Gunakatvasya aparimarthikatve yukti anubhavascha. There is a yukti, there is a logic in saying, there is a yukti in saying yukti is not the pramanam, shabda is the pramanam. Even the shabda yukti is not a pramanam, shabda is a pramanam, and the yukti is only inferential, and therefore it is not a pramanam, and therefore it is said anubhavascha. And when you go to sushupti, and when you wake up from as your experience, there are no thoughts, and therefore it is neither chetanam nor achetanam. There are no thoughts. That means it is nirvisesham. There are no thoughts means nirvisesham. Nirvisesham alone is experienced, and therefore that nirvisesham is ekatma pratyaya saraha, is there in the waking and in the dream also. The same ekatma is there in all the three states, and the Atma is there in all the three states, and therefore yukti anubhavascha. And in this manner we have to say yukti is not a pramana. Anubhavascha, anubhava is shupti is anubhava. Everybody experiences that what is the source of the jagat, because the embodiment is born of non-embodiment. Atma, that is non-embodiment, non-embodied. Asharir Atma से ही शरीर बन गया है. अशरीर आत्मा से शरीर बना, अशरीर आत्मा में शरीर बन गया है. सशरीरत्व बन गया है. सशरीरत्व इज अशरीरत्व से सशरीरत्व बन गया है. Atma is Ashariram always, and therefore it's not a jnana bond, nor is it a result. It is something. Not a result. It is not a result. It is not anatma. It is atma. Atma means chaitanya, and therefore it is not any logic bond, jnana bond. It is not that after knowing the truth, the truth becomes conscious. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Consciousness is its swarupam. Consciousness is its swarupam, and therefore in the deep sleep state, even though there are no thoughts, the thinker is there. Thinker as the Atma is there, as Atma as Brahman is there, and therefore Atma is Brahman. Atma as Brahman is there in Sushupti. If he is not there, then how do you remember the absence of everything? There was no. This world was not there. This world was never perceived. This world was not seen. This world was not perceived. It was not missed. In this manner, how can you remember if you were not there? And therefore, it is all, you are always there. Thoughts are thoughts. When you can, even in self-control, even in yoga classes, you control all thoughts. You can't control the existence of yourself. That is, I was not there. You can't say. As nirvisesham, you are there. As nirvisesham, you are there, and therefore And that is experience. Everybody experiences the presence of one's own being in the Jagrat in all the three states. And that is why Ekatma Pratyaya Saraha. It is indeed Ekatma, Ekatma. It is only oneself. And therefore, there is no such a thing as Chid Gunagatva. Chid Gunagatva. Chid Gunagatva means if it is experienced as a as 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 guna, chit is guna, chit is guna. If it is experienced, then there will be sansarga. Like the body has got tallness, the body has, it is neither the quality of something a noun nor the noun of a quality, and then therefore atma is not, atma is nirvisesham, and therefore you can't be nirvisesham as much as you are in sushupti. There is you are in nirvisesham. You can't, there is no gradation in nirviseshatvam ji. There is no gradation in nirviseshatvam. Less gradation, less nirviseshatvam, more nirviseshatvam. In this manner you can't have. Nirviseshatvam means it is absolute, infinite. As infinite as Brahma, in Brahmatvam there is no gradation. In absoluteness also there is no gradation, and therefore in absoluteness there is no gradation, and in infinity also there is no gradation. In the infinite, in the finite there can be gradation. There can be big and small things, but then in the infinite there are no big and small things. All things, big and small, are within, are encompassed by the infinite. The infinite Atma alone is the Sthiti Karanam. It is the Sthiti Karanam and the Lay Karanam. It is the source, support, and end of everything. And yet, it is not the cause. Nothing qualifies it. The Srishti doesn't qualify the truth. The Srishti is there only in the mind, and the Srishti is there in the mind. Therefore, when the mind is moving, we think I am moving. When the mind moves, when thoughts are moving, I feel I am moving. And when the thoughts are created, when thoughts say, when thinking says, this is created, it is an object, and you follow it as an object. You follow, you think that it is an object, but that is only due to adhyasa. What is adhyasa? Atasmin tat buddhi. When you are not the body, you take yourself to be the body, and therefore once you are not the body, then the object ceases to seem as an object. It ceases to be seen as an object, and therefore it is said, Chidrupa, it is Atma doesn't have consciousness. Atma doesn't have consciousness. Atma is consciousness. Atma doesn't have consciousness. So Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. In this, there is no Atma doesn't have consciousness. Atma is consciousness, and therefore it is only Chidrupitvam. Chidrupitvam. The next is 108 G. Chidrupa, Achidrupa, Achid Gunayoho. Chid Gunayoho. Chidrupa, Chid Gunayoho. Gunagunitva Anupati. There is untenability of sansarga between the two. Chidrupa and Chidrupa, and then Chid Gunatvam. And also, and therefore it is Chid Swarupam. Chidrupam it is. Chidrupam. It is Chidrupam. Call it Chidrupam or Chid Swarupam. But it's not Chit. It doesn't have consciousness. It is consciousness, and therefore it doesn't have consciousness. It is consciousness, and therefore it is Chidrupatvam. Iti, and therefore then it said, Janami iti vyavahare prakriti pratyaya artha vivekaha. Janami. How can the Atma, the absolute, say, absolute can be said that it knows? Janami, I know this, I know that, I know that, I know this. In this manner, how can we say the Atma is absolute? When the Atma is absolute, how can we say that Janami, Janami? And therefore the stem and the termination. Janami, and the stem is Jna, and me is the mip is the termination. Me is the termination. Jnana termination means at the end. The termination is at the end. Janami, gachami, gachami what? Janami, janami. I know, I know, I know, I know. In this manner, how can the absolute be aware of it? There is nothing wrong in it. Why? Because even though it is absolute, but it looks as though it is jiva. It looks as though it is jiva. It doesn't become. It doesn't go through any change. It looks as though jiva. It looks as though going. It looks as though remaining. It looks as though ध्यान ध्यान कर रहा है. ध्यायति इवा, लेलायति इवा. It looks as though it is jayati. It is meditating. It looks as though it is. It looks as though it is meditating. It looks as though it is not meditating. In this manner, lelayati. Lelayati means it is as though it is moving. In this manner, it says. अज्ञातर्यपि आत्मै क्षेत्र क्षेत्र ज्ञाति उपदेश उपपत्ति. This is what we have to see. Ajnataryapi atmai. Even though it is not a jnata, it is not that jnatritvam is only in relation to something. That relationship itself is mithya. Every relationship is mithya, and therefore all the relationships are resolved in sushupti, and therefore when you have the sushupti, there is no result, there is no relationship seen, felt at all, and therefore you don't see anything, you don't miss anything also, and therefore you don't see, you don't perceive anything, and therefore all relationships are mithya, and even jnatrutvam of atma, jnana kriya means knowing that this is an object is a mithya, and therefore jnana kriya also is mithya, and therefore in this, but in ajnatarapi atmani, even though atma is not a jnata, ajnataryapi atmani, in that atma, one can, in order to convey that atma, one can use the word kshetra and kshetrajna. You have to begin from the beginning. Kshetra and kshetrajna. Kshetra means the body, and the one who knows the body. Kshetra means avidiyate. Idam shariram kaunteya, kshetra means avidiyate. Kshetram uchyate. Idam vetti, the one who understands this, he is called kshetrajna ityavidiyate. He is called the kshetrajna. Kshetra means the body that is known is the kshetram, and the body that is the one who knows the body is called kshetrajna. In this manner it is said. Upadesh. This kind of mention is possible even though Atma is not a jnata, but still it looks as though it is seen as though kshetrajna, kshetram iti upadesha, iti vyapadesha. Shastra can teach. In Shastra Kalpana, the prakriya, just as the arrow mark is used to convey that to the objects, in the same manner, the kshetra, this drashta is not different from the truth. This jiva is not different from the truth. And that is why Shankaracharya says, Shloka ardhena pravakshami. I will tell all this in half a shloka, what is said by crores of scriptures. And to say this, half a shloka is spent out. And then he has to say what he has to say in another half a shloka. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. Brahman is Jiva, and Jiva is Brahman, and therefore Jiva, Brahman is Satyam, and Jiva is Mithya. And the Satyam includes the Mithya. Satyam includes the Mithya. Satyam cannot be there without there being any Mithya. Satyam can be there Without the Mithya cannot be there without the Satyam. Yes, Mithya cannot be there without the Satyam. And Satyam can be there without the Mithya. But the Mithya cannot be there without the Satyam. The Sarpa can be there, the Rajju can be there without the Sarpa being seen in it. But the Sarpa cannot be seen in something that is not there. And therefore it is not independent of Rajju. Sarpa is not independent of Rajju. Sarpatvam, it is only accepting the causation, accepting the causation, source creation relationship. But otherwise, there is no source, there is no creation relationship. All that is there is only Nirvisesham Brahma. And therefore, Kshetra Kshetrajna, Upadesha Upapatti, Vyapadesha Upapatti. Vyapadesha means mentioned in the scripture. That is Upapatti, it is logical. There is nothing wrong in accepting the relationship. In accepting, even though Ajnatari Atmanapi, even though it is not a Jnata Atma, it is absolute self, but still it can be called Kshetrajnaha. It can be called Kshetrajnaha. The body can be called Kshetram. It can be used as the Kshetram Janaditi Kshetrajnaha. But when we divide the knower from the known, then there is when the Atma is known from the Anatma, then the object looking like a real is the sense of reality goes away. The sense of reality about the division goes away, and therefore, because there is no spatial difference between Atma and the universe, there is no spatial difference. Wherever the Atma is, there itself, the whole universe is there. The universe is there where the Atma is, and therefore there is no distance between the universe and the Atma, and therefore the universe has to be understood as non-separate from you, non-separate from the self, and therefore that self is indeed yourself, and therefore in this manner it has to be understood, and therefore it is said avidya swarupa vicharaha. Avidya means agrahana. There is avidya. What is avidya swarupa? It is only agrahana, anidagranam, samshayagranam. Atasmin tadbuddhi is called adhyasa. Taking oneself to be the body, that is called adhyasa. That is itself is called avidya. Shankaracharya says avidya swarupa. Shankaracharya says asko. Some pandits call it, some scholars call it avidya, avidya iti. And he is not sarcastically he is saying with respect to them. Panditaha iti, panditaha manyante. Panditas think, Panditas think, some scholars think that this adhyasa is itself is called avidya. He is not being sarcastic. He is puja. Puja means he is giving respect to the pandits. He is giving respect to the pandits, and therefore there is no question of his being his saying is wrong. Whatever he says is right, and therefore that is the right and wrong is experienced in one's own life. It is experienced in oneself. Without anubhav, without Shruti Sammata Yukti, it cannot be accepted. But then Shruti Sammata Yukti is there. Whatever he says is right, because there is Yukti, Shruti Sammata Yukti. Whatever he says is right because what he says not from himself, not from his brain, but from this Shastra, he says. And therefore, Shastra is a Pramana, and therefore Shankaracharya is a Pramana. And therefore, Shankaracharya is a Pramana. In this manner, we have to take. Avidya means, Mulavidyavadis are thought to say that Mulavidya creates Agrahana. It's only Vikshep Shakti, Avarana Shakti, etc. Avarana Shakti, Vikshep Shakti, Agrahanam, Anidagranam, Samshaya Grahanam are not caused by any Mula Vidya. There is no Mulavidya to cause Agrahanam. There is no Mulavidya. That is what we are doing. There is no Mulavidya to cause Agrahanam, Anidagrahanam, Samshagrahanam. If it were to cause Anigrahanam, Anidagrahanam, Samshagrahanam, then I can experience the Grahanam, Agrahanam. I can remove from myself. How can I remove the Mula Vidya? And therefore, it is not going to be. Ultimately, I have to depend upon some upasana to come. Ultimately, I may have to depend upon upasana to eliminate Mula Vidya. And therefore, Mula Vidya is not right. And therefore, Avidya means only Mula Vidya Vadinam Mate Avidya Swarupam Tatra Vipratipatyati Darshanam. In Mula Vidyavadis say they don't accept this Agrahanam, Anidagrahanam, Samshagrahanam, they are Anadi. They are Agrahanam, Anidagrahanam, Samshagrahanam, and they are Sadi. According to them, only Mula Vidya is Anadi. This is not what Shankara says. Shankara is saying, Shankaracharya says, Agrahanam, Anidagrahanam, Samshagrahanam is there only because that itself is Anadi. Anadi, Ananta, Naisargikoyam, Loka Vyavahara, it is said. It is said in the Bhasha, in the Veda, in the Adhyas Bhasha. It is said in the Adhyas Bhasha. And therefore, it is said, and therefore, Mula Vidyavadi, whatever they say is wrong. Mula Vidyavadi, we don't have the cause for Agrahanam. The cause for Agrahanam is only we don't think, and therefore, man doesn't think, and therefore, Avicharit Siddham it is. It is Avicharit Siddham. Avicharit Siddham means it is due to lack of vichara, it is there. Lack of vichara, it is there. And therefore, it is Avicharita Siddham. It is Avicharita Siddham. And therefore, it is not caused by Mula Vidya. Agrahanam. Anidagrahanam also is not caused by Mula Vidya. Samshagrahanam also is not Samshagrahanam also is not caused by any Mula Vidya. There is no between Mula Vidya and Agrahanam, Anidagrahanam, Samshagrahanam. There is no relationship. These people only infer from the Sushupti, and in Sushupti there is a Mula Vidya. There is no second thing. There is only oneness, Nirviseshatvam. In the Nirviseshatvam, how can you infer the Mula Vidya? And therefore, when there is Nirviseshatvam, from the Nirviseshatvam you can't infer Savisesha Mula Vidya. And the inert. There is no inert thing in Mula Vidya, in Sushupti. And therefore, Sushupti is not to be used to infer Mula Vidya. And therefore, there is no Mula Vidya. Mula Vidya Vadina, Mate, Avidya Swarupam, Mata, Tatra, Viprativati Darshanam. Viprativati means the disagreement is seen. Viprativati means disagreement. That they don't agree with the अग्रहण और निराकरण हमसे ग्रहण को मानने वालों को जो उनसे ये लोग अग्री नहीं करते हैं मूला विद्यावादी से मूला विद्यावादी के लोग नहीं मानते हैं अध्यास रूप अविद्याया शंका when it is seen so real how can it be adhyasa in this manner there is a shanka and that shanka is removed by adhyasa nirupana asaha api asti loka prasiddhe even though it cannot be proved it implies a contradiction between the body that is inert and the atma that is chetanam and there between the chetanam and the atma is jadam the identification is not acceptable. This is not adhyasa. It is something you find yourself with that, but even then it is not to be accepted because the world is so real, and that I am the body is so real, and therefore how can it not be? How can it be the body? In this manner, you can't say. It looks so real. You can say it may look real, but then it is not the It may look real. Adhyasa Nirupana, even though it is a contradiction between the light and darkness, there cannot be any equation. In the same manner, between the consciousness and matter also, there cannot be any equation. And still there is this asaha, asahaya, asaha, asahopi, loka prasiddhi. There is loka prasiddhi. I am this body, and therefore there is loka prasiddhi. And from this loka prasiddhi, it is very clear that there is avidya, adhyasrupa avidya, and therefore I am this body, even though it is not a, even though it is a contradictory, but still it is not the, it's not the, it's not a contradiction. There is a loka prasiddhi. It is popularly known. Everybody thinks that I am only the body, and therefore it is a very well known in the world. And the more of it we will see in the next class. Thank you very much, Ji. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 थैंक यू जी क्या प्रारब्ध है जी मेरा